Reggaeton is gonna be here forever.
Tego.
¿Qué es la que hay, mi gente? I have been challenged. So basically today we're gonna be recreating iconic reggaeton covers. Y obviamente ya yo sé a quién voy a escoger. Yo sé que ustedes están pensando, sí, van a escoger a Bad Bunny porque sí, porque él es el big fan. Pero no voy a escoger a Bad Bunny esta vez. There's a cover that I've been wanting to recreate forever. Y este es el momento para hacerlo. Así que yo creo que ustedes saben a quién voy a escoger. Si saben, díganlo en 3, 2, 1. Eso mismo es Daddy Yankee. Like the epitome of original reggaeton, like old school reggaeton. Aquí tú puedes ver a Daddy Yankee con su flow mirando hacia la luz. Tiene la gorra de los New York Yankees. Tiene este flow very old school que es como los reggaeton covers de antes se hacían. Ahora yo siento que muchos covers se han modernizado. Estoy bien emocionado de recrearlo. Yo siento que puedo hacer un buen trabajo porque Daddy Yankee y yo podemos ser primos, lejanos, bien lejanos, pero podemos ser primos. Tiene las pantallas, eso sí que yo no las tengo. Se van a creer ellos que van a ganar, pero lo que no saben es que el pro ha llegado aquí. I'm gonna win.
What's up? Soy yo, Andy del Orbe. Hoy yo escogí a Tego Calderón. I'm gonna recreate his album, El Enemy de Loa Civity. Now, the reason I picked this album is because I love the way he's dressed. I love that red shirt. I love that vest. He's wearing orula there too, so he's representing the African culture. Tego's an icon on my time, you know. I'm an 80s baby. Used to come out of school, Tego. Tego has inspired me. I feel like his music is very underrated. Guess what? I ended up singing one of his songs one day. And I ended up bumping into him while I was singing his song. And ever since that, he was so cool with me. I'm like, you know what? I love you, Tego.
Hoy I'm going to be recreating the one and only iconic album cover de La Caballota Ivy Queen's Flashback. The album captures the early 2000s scene perfectly, and you'll see it in the wardrobe choice, the jewelry choice, the lighting, everything. Essentially, that's what I want to try to capture. I want to make sure that these colors pop.
The album I'm choosing to cover for is J Balvin's Energia. The reason why I'm picking that is, for me, it brought reggaeton into the new age. Artistically, it had a lot more color. A lot of the old school albums were like really like R&B centric, very black and white. These guys were real serious. This one had a lot more color. On a personal level, I took a break from listening to reggaeton for about like 4 years. This was around 2016. I feel that album brought me back. The style of the cover is different. It's very new age. That's what I love about it, and that's what I love about the music. It's constantly evolving, constantly changing with the times. People like to make fun of it. It's the same beat over and over again. I don't think they know what they're talking about, and I think reggaeton is going to be here forever.
Esto es lo que yo tengo por ahora. This is a black plain t-shirt. Tengo esta camisa. That is perfect. Exactly what he's wearing. So I'm going to use that. Entonces, esta es la gorra que voy a usar. I don't have the Yankees hat, so I'm going to Photoshop the Yankees logo.
So I'm in my closet and I realized I don't have any red button-ups. My shirts are almost all black. I do have this suit, and in the suit is a vest. So now I have a vest. And since I don't have red shirts, let's go into my brother's closet. This how you know we ain't got your closet. He got the Dominican flag once you open the closet. I see a red shirt, y'all. Can I borrow this, Gabby?
So luckily, in terms of recreating the look for the album cover, it's not going to be that hard for me. I have a decent amount of shirts, decent amount of pants, and way too many shoes. But he's wearing a blue jean jacket and black pants. I definitely have that. Black pants that need to be washed. With that, it'll be pretty easy to recreate the look on the album.
I'm going to try to recreate her hair look on this album.
Alright, so this is the backdrop I'm using. No hice un buen trabajo pegándolo, pero va a ser el trabajo. Yo espero.
I think I made an amazing Tego, you know? I think he looked handsome. I love the way he looks. I love his style in this album. Even though I got a guayabera, I got 10 guayabera.
So many songs of empowerment within the album, and I think she went for a more subtle glam look than this like boom 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 look. Okay, so she has bronzer, eyebrows though. Okay, so I think I have a little bit of it. She has these fake nails. I can't tell what it is. I'm about to do what I used to do when I was little, basically cut these up in little tiny rectangles, tape them onto my finger and pretend like I have fake nails. I've never had acrylics in my entire life. These look good. I did a good job. So
Me puse las orejitas hasta por dentro porque así es que él las tiene. Tengo aquí la camisa. Estoy ahora seteando la pose.
So I have this orange tablecloth for the backdrop because Evie has like an orange-esque backdrop, and then I have my tripod, and then I have her beautiful picture here for inspiration.
Bueno, so after like 80 photos later, I think I got it. Ahora la magia se hace en Photoshop para los final touches y va a quedar de show.
What's up, you guys? I'm Gata, and I'm the creator of Reggaeton con la Gata. I am a reggaeton historian and also the judge of this reggaeton challenge, so let's get it. I'm looking for originality and actitud. Okay, so let's see how they did. Vamos a ver. The first participant is Andy, who recreated Tego Calderon's El Enemy de lo Guasibiri. Talk to me a little bit more about your creation process in this challenge.
I really wanted to bring out like Orula, but I don't have Orula, and that's something that Tego was wearing in his cover. I did my own thing, and I used San Miguel. I felt like he looked cool, and I was like, you know what? I want to look cool like Tego. Me and my brother, like, we had to turn off all the lights in my room to take this picture.
The term for this, because I went to art school, is chiaroscuro, when you play with light and darkness in a picture, and I think that was captured beautifully. Me encanta la actitud, hasta que even the vein in the forehead is popping out, like you was really channeling Tego. I absolutely love that you mentioned, and muy bien por ti, that you mentioned the Orula, because that's the first thing that I looked at. You know that Tego is very pro-Black, that he went into this journey where he really made sure that he was capturing the essence of what it means to be a Black Puerto Rican in his music and his visuals. So that's the first thing that I saw, and I'm so glad that it was important to you to at least include some sort of essence of that into this image. Hasta que viniste con lo moderno with this Apple Watch. I love the texture of your hair and how that is captured beautifully in this photo as well. You did an excellent job. I'm truly a fan of this creation.
Thank you.
The second participant is Kimmy, who, girl, she slayed with the recreation of Ivy Queen's iconic album, The Flashback. Kimmy, you need to tell me a little bit more about this process, because, I mean, wow, Ivy Queen, that's not something easy to recapture. Tell me a little bit more.
Era super vulnerable con este album. Everything in the album was about just basically overcoming heartbreak. She wasn't smiling. She had very light makeup, but she was also very glam, but very simple. And she was really big on the jewelry here. And I don't have money for that jewelry, but I, you know, with what I had, I put like a little like gold chain in the earrings, so it kind of droop down like hers did in her album cover. Figure out how to capture the Evie nails, because that's her signature, you know?
Ivy Queen does not play about her nails. Damn it, what is that? What did you use as a substitution? Because that's creative as hell. I didn't notice it wasn't nails until this moment.
Oh my God, really? Okay, so then that's good. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I did when I was a child and cut paper and then tape it around my finger. I grabbed some colored pencils. It was a whole arts and craft.
First of all, when I looked at the paper, it looks like the cover to tampons. Like, no lie, it looked like the cover. You know what I'm talking about? The white and blue wrapping.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, oh wow, that's such a feminist touch. That is her Evie. You know, she's all about empoderando la mujer, like empowering women. I understand that Photoshop's not your number one thing, and granted, as a artist myself, I'd say at least the colors are very accurate, which I think is very important. And this though, el actitud, I love your makeup. I say you did a job well done. And next up is Yvonne. Yvonne, I need you to tell me un poco más sobre tu proceso en recreating Barrio Fino, Daddy Yankee's Barrio Fino, because you really stepped up to the plate with this one.
I didn't have a Yankees hat, but I did have snapback BuzzFeed hat. At first I was gonna Photoshop the Yankees logo on the BuzzFeed logo, but then I was like, no, let me add this BuzzFeed touch. So I kept it. A solo shoot. I luckily had this ring light. I started taking self-timer photos and trying to like copy the pose. And it took me like 80 photos, and then I started going over them and like putting them on top of the original to see like which one really just matched his pose. because at first I was gonna Photoshop like necklaces on me. The top part is all me, like nothing is Daddy Yankee. The lower part is Daddy Yankee. It made me really happy because I grew up listening to this music. I grew up already thinking that this album was so iconic. Being able to kind of recreate it and do it well, like it made me really happy.
I'm glad that you were honest about the angle, because I was here questioning, like, does he know the name of the font? Does he, it's so hard to recreate the font. The modeling, I mean, that angle, the whole time I was like, so how did he position, like, it's a ridiculous angle, but of course, Daddy Yankee I bet that was an effortless moment for him because he's Daddy Yankee. I'm sure that if he stuck this on a wall next to the original, people would bypass it as if it was actually Daddy. I am a little heartbroken because Daddy Yankee, the hat, and I understand. I love BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed, I love you. With the resource that you had, because this is the challenge to use items that you had around the house. I think it was executed very nice. You captured the shadow very nice. This is another example of chiaroscuro, the concept that I mentioned previously. So, muy bien.
Thank you.
Last but not least, we have Javi, who recreated J Balvin's Energia.
This was the album I feel that brought me back to the whole reggaeton genre. It's a little more poppy. It was a lot. I had a lot of the clothes available. I chose the black jeans. I haven't worn jeans all quarantine. They don't really fit the same. They're a little bit tighter. Photography, my girlfriend did all this. She was my art director. The hardest thing for me was Photoshop. I do not have Photoshop. It took me hours to do this. I know it doesn't look like much, but it took me so long. Es más, I don't even have a plain white shirt. So it was just working with what I had.
I just want to say thank you for selecting one of J Balvin's older albums, because I agree. Reggaeton, has gone through this blanqueamiento, and of course, reggaeton, you're correct. It is a little bit more poppy. I created the word popetón because, there's elements of perreo that are incorporated into a lot of, music now, but it's an afterthought. I appreciate the honesty. I do see the cord in the background, the plug, and I'm like, he could have photoshopped that out or stepped a little bit more to the side, it's these little life moments that definitely make a difference. También, and I'm not picking on you, Javi, I'm not, but his pose is a little bit more up and yours is a little bit more, para abajo. That's something that definitely caught my eye desde principio, but el actitud, the pose itself, right? The positioning of your hands, I think, was executed very well. And if this is your first time photoshopping something to this magnitude, I would say job well done, and that you've incorporated the photo very well. You millennials and these Apple Watches. I'm a millennial too, I'm kidding. But this is difficult. I really gotta choose one person. Give me a moment.
Quick intermission.
So, mi gente, I have picked my winner. And before I announce my winner, I would just like to say that this was a very difficult decision. Everybody brought their A game to this challenge. But nonetheless, I do think that one of them is particularly strong for a number of reasons. The utilization of chiaroscuro, the positioning of the body, the symbolism that was incorporated, the textures that was incorporated, the symbolic meanings that were very, very, very exquisitely translated into their art piece. And for that reason, drum roll please, get something. Andy with the recreation of Tego Calderón's El Enemy del Agua Civil.
I knew it. I was like, if Andy doesn't win this,
I knew it.
Yeah.
It was my winner too.
Hands down the best one in my opinion. No offense to anyone else, everyone did great, but it was so good.
On the other hand, no lie, Kimmy, you really got me with these tampon fingers, okay? I was like, wow, she brought feminism to a whole new height.
Thank you, Gata, for being an excellent judge. And for bringing your expertise.
Ya tú sabes, gente linda, I'm Gata of Reggaeton con la Gata. You can follow Reggaeton con la Gata on all social media platforms. Expect some perreo and some history and a lot of fun. I'm Gata, over and out.
Follow like.